speak a bit today about another famous rabbi. His Hilula was the last day of Passover. His name was Rabbi Avraham David Rivach. Happened to be a very great rabbi of his time. He was born actually in the year 1883 and he passed away in 1938. So he was approximately at that point in time when he passed away, I think about 55 years of age, if I'm not mistaken. He was a Rosh Yeshiva in Besali. He was a rabbi in Morocco, in various different places, and was author of great Torah book, including the Vaya'an Abraham, a great Torah book over there. It's a rabbi I think we've mentioned about on various occasions before. So he was born in Besali in Morocco. This was over there, and he would learn under auspices of a great rabbi, Rabbi Avraham Peretz, over there. This was for a specific period of time, and then afterwards he would become a head of Jewish court. I think he would work together with a head of Jewish court and with Rabbi Raphael en Kava, very, very prominent rabbi. I remember we've spoken about Rabbi Raphael en Kava on various occasions before. In this series, he was author of various different great Torah books. He actually lived between the years I think 1847 to 1935. He was a famous halachic commentator. He was a thinker. He was a great rabbi in Morocco. He was the first chief rabbi of Morocco, Rabbi Enkawa was. So he was very much corresponding and working with him also at that stage in time. Now, I think it was around the year Heitaf Reish Samachay, he'd be ordained to become a rabbi and to work as a shochet and the bodek also. This was, I think, also through Rabbi Shlomo Birdugo would give him authority at that point in time, and he'd have various different roles at that stage in time. I think in several years working together with Rabbi Yitzchak Enkawa, also very great rabbi. So he was very close with the rabbinic dynasty of the Enkawa family, respectively. Come what the Hebrew year, Heitaf Reish Pei Daled, he would become the Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshiva in Besali, which was a very prominent position. Remember, Besali had a great Torah Jewish community in Morocco, and over there he would work as a sofer in the Jewish court, the Bet Din, and also as a shliach tzibur. He'd work as a cantor over there in one of the synagogues inside that city. As a cantor, someone that would be the chazan inside the synagogue, singing and leading the prayer services over there respectively. And then I think it was around the time period, around Heitaf Reish Peitet, the Hebrew year, he'd be appointed to rabbinate of the city of Stat. I believe that's obviously in Morocco until the time period he would pass away. Now it's actually interesting. He'd get various different praises, I think, from great rabbis over there respectively. From some of the great rabbis in Morocco will really compliment him to the highest level in of itself. I think he was in correspondence and with the great Chachamim of Rabat, not just of Besali, also Rabat, especially I think Rabbi Chaim Raphael Atiyah, Rabbi David Sabach, Rabbi Chaim Yikuti al-Berdugo, Rabbi Ephraim Hassan. These were really great rabbis of the highest caliber of that specific time period in of itself. And he was, let's just say, really, really answering various different tough questions, actual questions that were coming about at that point in time. He was grappling with all those different situations. He was giving various different psaks, various different rendering different halachic laws inside the specific area. For example, I think I'll state it in Hebrew. It said, "Hitmoded im sheelot aktualiyet ben hash'a psak sheiled bachor she'aviv hu goy ve'ima Yehudiya ra'oi lebeit din lifdot et hayeled al af shebeit din lo mechuyav lekach mitzad ha'alacha במקרה הפוך שהאב יהודי והאם גויה וההורים רוצים לימול את בנם הסתייג משום שחשש שבמקומות שלא רושמים את הילדים הנולדים בצורת המסודרות ישכחו שהילד גוי. So talking about situations where, for example, that could happen in regards to children that are born, the boys that are born, if a specific case where the mother would be a Jewish woman and the father non-Jewish, and vice versa, different cases that are coming about within regards to that. So he was grappling with these questions and famous teshuvot on that. Now his daughter Clara, I think, got married to Rabbi Shimon Kohen, who was one of the great judges of Morocco also, and his daughter Zahara got married to Rabbi Yechie ben Harush, who would go on to become, I think, the rabbi of Pur Lioti, if I'm not mistaken also. So that's very interesting. We'll speak about Rabbi ben Harush in the coming minutes also here inside this video. Now Rabbi Avraham was known to visit various different Jewish people. I think he would even visit prisons over there, and I think he was given permission even through the French Sultan in of itself, respectively. And I think he was, I'm not too sure, but even if he didn't, he would go, he would visit the people, meet Chazek people over there, so on and so forth. He would give various different grand juris sermons, Torah classes with regards to the weekly Torah portion, and would really give classes, educate people all over different vicinities, as I said before, even over inside prisons he'd go to over there. And I think he passed away, it happened to be on 7th night of Pesach in Heitaf Reish Tzedek Het, that was in Stat. He was inside there at that point in time. Remember, I think he passed away in the year 1938, so we're talking about here from the time of recording, about 87 years ago it was. So he passed away, and I think he was, at that time he was in Stat. Obviously it was a big funeral procession. I believe many of the great people would eulogize him, and he was, I think, buried inside that city in itself, respectively. Now, he wrote a great Torah colossal work, written by Avraham. Also, this was a Shut, question answers book, on the four sections of the Code of Jewish Laws, Shulchan Aruch, including Kuntras of Avraham, I believe, a Kuntras on the dinim of Shrita, and Treifot, kosher slaughter, and Treifot, things that rendered things treif. I think it was printed in Jerba, if I'm not mistaken, back in the year, if I'm not mistaken, in Taf Shin Yud. Let's speak a bit about his son-in-law, Rabbi Yechia ben Harush, who was also another great rabbi of his time. He was his son-in-law. He was born in the year 1913, passed away in 2000, year 2000. He was great Dayan. He was a Moritz Tzedek in the city, in the port area, in Kenitra, I believe, in Morocco, in his time. Also in Rabat, in the capital of Morocco, Casablanca. He was great rabbi of himself. He lived about 87 years, his son-in-law did. And he was actually Talmid of Rabbi Raphael Baruch Toldana and Rabbi Machruf Abu Khatzer, really great rabbis of that point in time. I think he was actually born, if I'm not mistaken, in the village of Tiflalat in Morocco. He himself came from great rabbinic auspices. His father was Rabbi Yosef ben Harush, the author of the Sefer Hadrushim, Geviyat Yosef, and various different novelties, teachings of the Ohel Yosef, also respectively. I think his father also happened to have been a Moritz Tzedek in the year of Prikla, respectively, and had learned with Rabbi Machluf Abu Khatzera, Rabbi Raphael Baruch Toldana, and who was, I think, the rabbi of Meknes, if I'm not mistaken. Now, yes, that's interesting. So Rabbi Avraham David Rivach was a father-in-law of him, obviously, and so you can see the great family connection. Rabbi Ben Harush was definitely a great son-in-law, especially from the level of Torah-wise in of itself. He was one of the famous rabbis and would correspond with great rabbis in all over Europe and all over the world, including Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, Lubavitch, and the Besali also, Rabbi Yisrael Abachatzera, Rabbi Chaim David Sirero, Rabbi Shalom Mashash, who would later on become a chief rabbi of Jerusalem, and Rabbi Yoshua Ma'aman, and various great rabbis Rabbi Ben Harush would, let's say, communicate with. He was, I think, appointed along with Rabbi Yedidia Montenegro as a Dayan, and was in correspondence with the King of Morocco, Mohammed HaChamishi, reported over also. So he was part of the Muatzot Rabbanim in Morocco also, and really was in correspondence with various different great rabbis also himself. Another thing we should point out about Rabbi Ben Harush, he was also working in Zionism. He really believed in Yeshiva Eretz Yisrael, moving to Eretz Yisrael. I think he corresponded with various different Zionistic figures, if I'm not mistaken. And he had a connection or right about David Ben Gurion, Chaim Weizmann, if I'm not mistaken, also, and possibly about Herzl in of itself. So very, very interesting. So that much more can be related with regards to that. I think he had connections with the great rabbis of Tzfat, also Rabbi Shlomo ben Shabbat, and Mordechai Eliyahu, who was Rishon LeZion of Israel, at one point in time the chief rabbi of Israel, and so on and so forth. So that was a son-in-law. Rabbi Yechia ben Harush was a very, very great rabbi who passed away about 25 and a half years ago from the time of recording. But here we're speaking about Rabbi Avraham David Rivach, who was a very great rabbi of his time. His Hilula was on the 21st of Nisan, the last day of Pesach, respectively, and was great rabbi of the place and the author of the Bayan Avraham book. So friends, with our community here, we're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. We've explored the life of several great Moroccan rabbis, Chachamim, in this class special edition today, which I recommend everyone to look into. If you descend from any of the great Chachamim we are speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more information. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe now. We are nearing a staggering 7,500 subscribers to the channel, which is a phenomenal achievement. I don't think we would have ever anticipated to actually reach that level. If anyone is interested in watching any of these videos also, please share these videos also to other people. So wishing you a fantastic day. Take care, and thank you very much for watching, everyone. I appreciate all the fantastic feedback. We don't just record videos, biographies of great rabbis of yesteryear. We also record tours all over Israel. We speak about the various different Torah academies in Israel, especially the Sephardi yeshivot. We concentrate all the great Sephardic yeshivot, Oriental countries in of itself. We've done another special edition, special project we're doing on this series, where we're exploring what the Jewish communities of different countries, let's say smaller countries. We've spoken about Afghanistan, Pakistan, Gibraltar, Malta, and Kosovo, various different countries like that. So that's another project that we're working on this channel at the moment, which I feel is very important. We have a great Jewish personality of modern age to give over a burst of wisdom for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes every day also on this channel. And we're also exploring the various synagogues which were in the great countries also of yesteryear. So please subscribe to the channel and join. I'm wishing you all Chag Sameach. We're about to come inside the Festival of Sukkot. Thank you very much and have a great day, everyone. Thank you.